will she act against her tribe, or does she go off on her own? Goes off on her own. Okay. And is she going to another tribe on the isle, or is she going to kind of set off and try to explore? Like perhaps she goes off of the isle, seeking, somewhere that she can just, do whatever she wants. Okay, yeah, yeah. She tries to take some with her and just go off on their own raid. Does she manage to convince anyone? Convince the others to join her. Many warriors join her, or a few join her, or none join her. Oh, none join her. It sounds like they kind of did. It sounds like they weren't hearing any of it. All right, so we'll say set off on her own. We'll say tried to convince some of the tribe warriors to join her on a raid, but none would. She set off on her own. Is her goal to go on a raid and bring back, proof of the god's favor that she was able to succeed, or is she going to try to join another tribe, or just find another place to live off of the isle? What you thinking? Also, if you're just tuning in, welcome to the stream. I'm Nick with the Knaves Guild, and we're doing an interactive role-playing game, kind of a world building with an emphasis on world building and narrative. And yeah, just feel free to say hi if you're interested. Love to work you guys in somehow. I think she tried other tries, but they rejected her. Well, we can see if the other tribes will reject her, or do you think that she just won't fit in with them either way? Seeking the thrill of combat. I like that. All right, so let's see. This is 7:33. Yeah, that's fair. Okay. So she set off on her own, seeking the thrill of combat. Awesome. And we know that in 733, we know that during this period is when that cult began, but it wouldn't have reached her area yet, so we don't know anything else about where she will be heading or what she'll be walking into. So I think the most likely place that she would end up next is Kedarport, where she would arrive by sailing. And is she just gonna fight the first person she finds, or what's her plan? She just out for blood, or is she going to kind of try to find someone who will accept her desire for combat, someone who will put her to task, and try to help her with that, or try to give her a purpose on that job. I'm going to open up as well, because we know kind of what's going on in the Kadar port around this time, is King Asharo. Let's see. So he hasn't quite grabbed power yet. Okay, good to know. Hello, it's Babacus. Yes, did not see it coming. Alright, so we are just working on a new character named Luthera Rantal for Chicken with Rabies. And we're learning a lot more about the Isle of Koros and some of their tribes' customs. Nice, that's quite a turnout. Did you figure out which campaign you're going to run? Cool. All right. Let's take a roll and then see what does Luthera find next. We'll say find first after leaving Koros. Yeah, we were talking about it yesterday, and I was saying to Publicus, like, that's a lot of people, even if you had 8. But he said they won't stick around. My group that I play with is small. We got 4. Alright, what does she find after leaving Koro? Saltwater Army, which is a mercenary group, the nearest mercenary group to her. Yep, that could be an option. Pirate Captain. Slavers. Could be some danger for Luthera. Nobody else is with her, so we'll see. Saltwater Army, Pirate Captain, Slavers. Could be a fighting pit. We know that Kadar port is kind of the free city, of all of them. Let's see. What kind of monster could there be? It could be, yeah. There's some fictional creatures within the world of Gethra. I don't have one off the top of my head that we could use, though. I haven't added those to the wiki yet. We'll leave that one off for now, just because there's definitely less monsters in Gethra. It's a little low fantasy in some ways. But we talked the other day about the Screechers, which are these wildcats that can create a sonic burst with the bone structure in their jaw, kind of like I think it was called a bullet shrimp, I think, or pistol shrimp, yeah. Except a wildcat that could, do physical damage to you with just its screech. But unfortunately, that doesn't roam in anywhere near Koros, so yeah, so I'll have to cycle back to that some other time when we have more of those world details fleshed out. Alright, the Saltwater Army, a Pirate Captain, Slavers, a Fighting Pit. We could say... Well, I like these options. I mean, even a pirate, even becoming a pirate would be quite an interesting arc. I guess we can just roll those. All right, here we are. 2, a pirate captain, just like you suggested. There's a trend on this channel, guys. The options that you guys suggest come up more often than they should. At any rate. Ooh. All right. So she kind of enlists with this pirate captain. You're thinking she'll meet maybe in Cadarport, and set off on his ship so that she can pillage whenever she wants. Yeah. Yeah, if she's been a raider for most of her adult life, then I'm sure she comes across quite fearsome to the others. Cadarport, where a pirate captain enlisted her aboard his vessel. All right. It's pretty good start there. So trying to think what how much longer we got to work on this stuff. And what would the next kind of big event be? So I think what then it would be is for a number of years, standard life or normal life for Luthera would be, sailing the seas and pillaging and stuff like that. So we'll need to figure out, well, what is the next kind of change to her life, and when is the next big thing happen? I think rather than diving into that right now, why don't we put a rain check on Luthera, and next time that like tomorrow, I'll probably have a short stream during the day maybe, and just do some globe stuff. But tomorrow night, I'm gonna do some more. Then a kraken eats the ship. That would be quite the end to Luthera. But anyway, next time that you tune in Chicken with Rabies, I'm hoping that we'll have more characters as well, kind of around this time period, and we'll get more of an idea of like other things that are going on in the world, because we know about this cult, and at a certain point, the spread of the cult will reach Luthera, because we know it expands into the Grey Sea here, but we don't really know yet, a lot of details about its functions and what's going on with it outside of its leadership. So I think if we kind of come back to Luthera, at on a future stream, if you tune in and you want to continue, we can take a look then, and maybe we'll know more about, maybe there'll be a war going on in the Great Isle. That would be something that would attract Luthera, right? So there's lots of options there of kind of like other storylines filling in more stuff about and eventually all those spheres will overlap with each other. So, but we came up with lots of stuff for Koros today, so that's awesome. So we'll save that. Head over to the dashboard. And we're going to drop that in as a character within the 700, 800 period. So if you want to check it out at some point, you can always take a look there. It's in World Characters, 700, 800, and we got Luthera Ranital. Looks great. All right. Yeah. So I think maybe let's add a little bit to Babacus if you're still around and want to. We could add a little bit more on what is going on in Ith later on. This is going to be like 30 years later than what we were just working on. We'll figure out a little bit more about what's going on in Ith. And then maybe I'll close out the stream again with some globe time after that. Or, yeah. Might bring my dog down and she can say hi if you guys want. Cute little dog. Oh, forgot to submit your code for work. Is it like a time code kind of thing, or? I have a Cocker Spaniel Poodle cross. Her name is Willow. Yeah. I need a dog cam eventually. Nah. Ah, gotcha. I have a friend who works as a programmer, so I understand what you're talking about. All right, so when last we read about or worked on Barapatane and the cult of Melium, um, full stack web developer. There you go. Actually, Babacus, if you don't mind, before we dive in on this, I'm just going to run to the washroom for a second, get some more water. My throat's starting to get a little scratchy, so we don't want that. And I will be back soon. Actually, why don't I bring the dog now? I'm going to be walking away anyway. I'll grab Willow, and you guys can meet her. So I'll be right back. Hello, I'm back, guys. Willow, look at. Oh, oh, don't hit the mic. She's like half asleep. Oh, look at here. Oh, do you see this? Oh yeah, you saw this special toy? Here, why don't we put that right on top? There you go. Yeah, there's Willow. Hey guys. Yeah. Big sleepy head. Big sleepy head, aren't you, Willow? Oh, we should go full cam here. What's going on? There we go. What? What? You want that? Oh, you do. Oh, yeah, that toy. Awesome. Alright, you want me to let you go now? Yeah? Oh, well, you threw it. You're not sure what's going on. There we go. Well, it fell down there. It's right there. There you go. I'm just gonna let her out, guys. 1 second. Alright, I'm back. She's a handful. Oh, hello, welcome, Carbo. Should bring my dog around more often. All right. Yeah, exactly. So I definitely do need to get a dog cam, is what you're saying. Cool. Yeah. Willow's too a little too energetic. She wouldn't stick around. Cool. All right. Well, let's figure out a little bit more about what's going on with Ith here. We can show Corbo how our stream's working with some interactive play. For the course of the ensuing struggle, Patan and his followers were forced to hold Ith as their final stronghold. To ensure they would not fall, they conducted... Oops, already found a typo right off the bat. They conducted another great ritual, this one conjuring massive stone walls around from the ground itself. As they hunkered down in the amply defended city, Aeon Istatar began bargaining for some of the rituals and information for his private collection. Patan refused the deal, citing that the rituals of Melian were too secret to be given away. After a reasonable amount of time had passed, Aeon instead tried having his agents steal some of the rituals while the cult was distracted by the outsiders. Unfortunately, the agents were caught, but Aeon was not implicated. Nice. Yeah. Barra Patan. He's I forgot if I had noted down on his page or not yet for Bobicus if he had become a bit of a... Yeah, we should have maybe noted that he at that point started thinking he was a god. The next decade, Barra Patan rose to prominence within the cult. At one point, he began to believe he was a god and prepared his ascension. All right. So Yep, the umlauts. Also, the people in chorus just had more, uh, staccato names as part of it too for the Nord. All right. Um, yeah, it's I mean, it's kind of funny because a lot like some of the other stuff I've written is very Nordic inspired. In my Shadowglyph novels, there's a their land is called Midgard, and there's a bit of fusion of mythologies, but there's a bit of Norse influence in there. So just doesn't fit in Gethra because Gethra is a bit more. I mean, if we look at the map here, this red line is the equator. So these are jungles and deserts, not fjords and winter tundra. The egg of my rebirth. Yes, Babakos's character is seeking to become a god this time. All right, so what's next for Bara Pitane? Assassins. We know he's got some enemies. Another great grand ritual. A long period of safety and meditation. Maybe they just leave the giant walls alone. We could have long period of safety and meditation, or we could have I mean, he is getting older now, so we could have further health issues. Give him some doubt, perhaps. Yep, that would help. I think I'm imagining for context, I'm imagining that within Ith, most of the followers are adoring of Pitane still, but beyond the walls of the city now, there's less respect for him. All right. So where's our dice again? 4 options. Here we go. 3. A long period of safety meditation. So he's just taken a while to make his final ascension into godhood. But that's good. We need to, sometimes time passes. So he's born 21st of the second moon. Hello, Corbo. How's it going today? Thanks for the follow earlier. Okay, so we know there's a period of safety. Let's figure out how long that is. So it could be, a few years. Could be many years. And we know he's born in 702, so by this point he's in his 60s, so he's getting fairly old. 8 more years of peace.